And people want a quick solution. The long-term solution here is to address the mental health issue. And one last thing about this, Shannon, and that is, it truly seems today that America is more divided than we've been in decades. And we got to find a way in this country where we can once again reunite Americans as Americans and come together as one big family. And in that regard, find ways to reduce violence in our country.
Yeah, I mean, there are certainly divisions over any number of heated topics, including this one.
We're gonna end gun violence by all coming together and holding hands and singing Kumbaya, apparently, according to Texas Governor Greg Abbott. And the state of Texas, that he is the governor of, has a sick addiction to guns, and it shows. Let's pull up this headline from CNN. Gun-loving Texas, where most households own a firearm, has become an epicenter of mass shootings. Now, let's just remind you that 5 of the 10 deadliest mass shootings in America over the past 8 years all took place in Texas. But in Texas, roughly 60% of households own at least one gun. And the data doesn't lie when it comes to the state. From that CNN report, there is a direct correlation between states with weaker gun laws and higher rates of gun deaths. That relation is evident in Texas, where the number of mass shootings has tripled in the past 5 years, while mass shootings nationwide have nearly doubled from 2018 through the end of last year, according to data compiled by the Gun Violence Archive. Now, Shannon Watts, who is the founder of Moms Demand Action, stated, over and over again, Governor Abbott has put gun maker profits above public safety. Statistics and data be damned. Every time there's a shooting tragedy in Texas, the governor and his Republican allies, whether they are in state or federal government, point the finger at something that has no data to prove it's actually the cause, whether it's mental illness, single parent homes, violent video games, too many exit doors, not enough exit doors. The list goes on. And after the mass shooting in Uvalde, Ted Cruz's solution was to put mousetrap style traps around your kids' schools. These Republicans from Texas aren't serious about protecting kids whatsoever. They weren't serious when they were using it as an excuse to pass laws to discriminate against trans children. And they're not serious when it comes to actually addressing the #1 cause of death for children in this country, gun violence. They don't care about protecting the kids. Dan?
Absolutely right. And when Greg Abbott goes, oh, what would help in this country is if we all united and came as one. Actually, what would help in this country is if when we try to teach about people coming from different cultures and trying to unite in America and exist and assimilate, you didn't call that wokeism or diversity, equity, and inclusion. And you didn't work in your state of Texas to try to destroy those kinds of things that would allow people to understand each other. You would almost believe these pro-life, oh, we care about the life of the baby kind of arguments is if when that baby was born, if their mother or birth giver was undocumented, then that baby becomes an anchor baby and they're thrown into the system. These systems that Texas and other Republican states don't actually serve, because if you know anyone who's in the foster system, those people are horribly underserved. You go to a school, like you mentioned, Ted Cruz says, there's gonna be shootings everywhere, and Ted Cruz and Republicans' only response is, oh, well, your kids are in there? Damn, that sucks. I guess we should just lock the doors. Or like get heavier doors or barricades. Like once the kid is born, if they are anything but white and male and extremely rich and their parents are Republicans, F them kids. That's right. The Republican Party like philosophy there. And the last point on that is that it's not been a realization, but it's just been a framework, is that for the past however long I've been paying attention to politics, not to date myself too badly, the Republicans have been saying that more is better. More cops means less crime. More cops means fewer shootings. More guns means fewer shootings. And those numbers have skyrocketed in the 15 years. And by those numbers, I mean all of them. All of the cop numbers have gone up. All the gun numbers have gone up. And the crime numbers are also going up, at least the crimes that are caused by these guns. And so there's clearly a correlation here, but it directly disproves, like Shannon Watts from Moms Demands Action says, statistics be damned, it disproves what Republicans are saying. It's just a shame that, people are dying as a result of this, blatant politicking that Republicans are doing on behalf of gun manufacturers and the cops.
Exactly, but I think that they make one good point, and that the true cause of crime and gun violence in this country is actually the woke mind virus. And that's what we need to be combating through legislation, using your taxpayer dollars to make it illegal to be woke.
I wish Greg Abbott would make like most white people in the South and just steal from Mexico, because AMLO was saying that, what Americans need? Hugs. That would solve their gun crime. That would be better. That would almost make me happier as a response than what Greg Abbott's actually doing here. It's kind of disgusting.